Hi, welcome to Give Me the Bible, where God's Word speaks for itself. In our previous videos, we've talked about the one true church of the Bible and figuring out really how to identify it and make sure that it's not a denomination, but make sure that it's the church that the Lord speaks about in the New Testament. Okay? And I think maybe there's a question, probably from viewers, and that is, Brian, what church do you go to? Where do I worship? Well, I'm going to tell you, but then I also want to give a warning after I tell you. I am a preacher, an evangelist at the Church of Christ that is in Altamont Springs, Florida. Okay, it's called the Palm Springs Drive Church of Christ. We actually have a website. It's psdchurchofchrist.org. You can find good sermons there. You can find good articles, good bulletin articles written there, and other resources, Bible study materials. We do correspondence courses. I encourage you to take part in those things. And I encourage you also, recognizing that if you are in the area, to come worship with us. Absolutely. We'd love to have you. We'd love to worship the Lord with you and be encouraged by your presence here. But I want to offer a warning after saying that, because I have a feeling that after I say that, somebody's going to say, aha, so the church where you go to, you're saying that that's the one true church of the Bible, and it's the Church of Christ. You're saying the Church of Christ, that's the one true church of the Bible. Well, you need to be very careful, because when people say that, and you even hear language like, you know, the Church of Christers, they think they're the only ones going to heaven. You hear that kind of language, that reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of what the Bible is talking about, because what they're saying is essentially the Church of Christ, this organization, this denominational organization that rules over local congregations called the Church of Christ. You're saying this is the one true denomination to be a part of. And the truth is, I'm just not saying that at all, because we're not a part of a denomination. That's not biblical language at all. That's not how the church is organized. Okay? We don't even have to be called the Church of Christ. We could change the sign to Church of God. That's another way that the Bible refers to the church. The churches of the saints. We could say, we could put members of the way. Christians meet here. Okay, those are all fair biblical descriptions of what the church really is. And so, just because I worship here at a place called the Church of Christ, that doesn't make it the church of the Bible necessarily, okay? I believe that that we are striving here at Palm Springs Drive to be the church that the Lord established in the New Testament, okay? And we look to the New Testament for our authority. This is our creed book, okay? We don't have a man-made creed book. We don't have some formal thing written for us by man. No, we just use the Bible, okay? We use God's Word, because this is God's guidance to us. This is how we function as His church, is by looking at how He established a church, the doctrines that He's put forth for the church, even down to the names that He's used for the church, okay? And I hope that that's helpful, just to hear that. Listen, when I preach, I try to challenge people all the time to listen closely, and if I say something wrong, if I say something that is in disagreement with God's Word, to come tell me. Come challenge me. I'm fine with that. I want that, because I don't want to be up there preaching my own doctrine, doing my own my own understanding of things without being biblically accurate. And that's what you have to look for in a church. And I'll just tell you, that's what we're striving to do here in this local congregation in Altamont Springs. Okay, we are a part of the universal body of saved individuals, but we meet here locally, okay, this group in Altamont Springs, Florida. And what we try to do here is just simply strive to enter through the narrow gate and be the church that the Lord established in the New Testament. And that's what you always have to look for in finding a congregation of God's people. I hope that that's clear. I hope that that's helpful. And Lord willing, I'll see you next time.